Hey everybody, it's Gareth with Wanger Corp. I want to show you how to create a new show file from scratch in Spikemark. If you're just getting started, that's a very common thing to need to do. Super straightforward, but let's just walk through it. Go to File, New. We can just discard any changes. And I want to add in 3 new axes. I'm going to add in a line set first. This will be my main rag. And I can select it here just by clicking on the axis itself. I actually want to change this a little bit so that right now it just looks like a pipe. I want to extend it in its height. I'm going to do that by changing its properties. You can see I don't actually have the properties pane exposed, but when I move my mouse way over to the right-hand edge, there's a splitter bar kind of hiding out over there. If I double click, it will bring up the properties pane, and then you can now see I've got a splitter there. With line set selected, I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to call it main rag, first of all. Then I want to change its length so that it's a taller curtain. We're going to make this 30 feet tall. And because I've now extended it, I'm going to raise it up from the stage 15 feet. So now the hem is sitting on the stage deck. And then the last thing I want to do, which is kind of fancy, is I'm going to go ahead and map a JPEG image onto it that will make it look like a curtain. So you can see here in the schematic area of your properties, you can map an image onto any face of the model. And you can see if I zoom in there, got a kind of fun looking drape with fullness. So the next thing I want to do is drop down a turntable. So I'm going to grab a revolver and drop that on the stage. For the diameter, I'm just going to do something boring like 20 feet. Orbit the model around, we can see the turntable there. With your orbit control, you can also just click and get, one of your orthographic views. Next one, I want to put in a wagon on stage. It drops it in downstage. I'm going to click on it and I want to actually move it further upstage. We'll go 34 feet. And right now it's showing its track length and it's not getting quite far enough. So to edit the track length, because the track length is really related to actual machine capability, we've got to go back up to the position area and we're going to edit its maximum forward position. This gives me another great opportunity to change another property. Right now it came in by default as the position is inches. I think it would be more convenient to do feet and inches. So let's change that to feet and inches. And instead of being 480 inches, now we have 40 feet. Let's change that to 50 feet. If you're in feet and inches, you got to add the apostrophe there, and that looks pretty good. So if we go back to our really zoomed out view here, if I right click, I can drag or pan around in the model. And then if I want to orbit, I can use the orbit control. That's usually the easiest thing to do. And I'm just going to kind of spy on this from the backstage view. All right. So now, before we leave this show file, let's just go over to the jog workspace and just try manipulating these a little bit. So we've got the push stick currently selected. Oh, and you know what? Let's go ahead and change those names while we're here. Let's call this upstage palette. That's more friendly. And then instead of revolver V2, let's just call this turntable. And every time I edit something in one of these fields, I hit the tab key just to move out of it. And as soon as you jump out of that field, that's kind of when it commits the change for you. So let's just try jogging this. So I've got the turntable selected. I can go clockwise in my local control here. That looks sweet. I can do my upstage palette. Similarly, great, that's moving just fine. And also the main rag. Away we go. And if you wanted to, you could do multiple selections at once. So you can click inside that little blue circle, or you can hold your control key on your keyboard. Either works fine. And now I've got control of two things, and they'll jog at the same time. Let's go ahead and save this show file. And we'll save it to my desktop. Call it 3 motors. Great. And that's all there is to it. You can see how easy it is to set up a new show file in Spikemark.